Hi, my name is Rachel Sparks. I was raised in church as a child, and when I was about 8 years old, I attended a vacation Bible school, and for the first time I remember hearing that Jesus died on the cross for my sins and that I needed to ask forgiveness of my sins. At that time, I prayed a prayer that I thought was a prayer of salvation. As I grew up, I struggled with doubt, especially in my teenage years, and for the past several years have continued to struggle with doubt and confusion, and it just seems that the doubt just continued to grow worse as the years went by. I always tried to seek out God and to truly determine if I really had been saved when I was young or not, and I would go through periods of time where I would believe that I was saved and would feel that way for some time, but then it might be months or a year or so and the doubt would always come back again. I often prayed to God that if He would just show me one way or the other. I just wanted to come to that realization of knowing that yes, I am saved, or no, I'm not. In the past few weeks, there's been 3 times that I heard what I would call just an audible voice saying, "It's time, you need to get saved." And the last time was Saturday night, the night before Easter, and just felt that presence so strongly. And I was just miserable all day Sunday just thinking about it, and I just felt like I've got to come to a conclusion on this. I don't want to spend the rest of my life dealing with this confusion and always wondering what's going to happen to me when I die. That Sunday night, Brian and I sat down with Milton and talked for quite a while, and I discussed a lot of the things that I've dealt with in my past and all of the confusion that I've dealt with. And for the first time, I finally came to the realization that I don't believe I was saved when I was 8 years old. And it was that night that I asked Jesus to be Lord of my life. Many people have even asked me, why don't you believe that you were saved when you were 8? And while it's true that it does take just a simple childlike faith prayer to be saved, at that time I feel like the prayer I prayed was more a prayer of, I just don't want to die and go to hell. And this time I know that I prayed a prayer of surrender to God and giving my life to Him for the rest of my life. The main reason I wanted to share my story is not to create more doubt for someone who might already be struggling, but just to challenge every person to look inside and to really think about whether you have had that moment in your life where you have come to know Christ as your Savior. I'm just so thankful that I've finally come to the point where I have that peace that I've been searching for so long, and now I know 100% for sure that Jesus is Lord of my life and that I will be spending eternity with Him.